Hey guys, I really hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas and that you have an awesome New Year as well. Before I start talking about the gardening stuff, Christmas joke for you. There's two snowmen in a field, one turns to the other and he goes, "Can you smell carrots?" Okay, right. So, for year then, what kind of year in your garden or allotment plot have you guys been having? Have you had, what successes have you had? What things have done really well for you? What things were a complete waste of time? I believe you've had a storm as well back home. Storm Brittany or Brian or Bernard or something. Why do they give storms daft names like that? Why don't they just say, instead of like, Storm Destroyer is on the way from the Atlantic. Why don't they just say, we've got bad weather? That's what it always used to be called. There's bad weather coming. I hope none of you have had like, dead expensive greenhouses smashed up or polytunnels ripped to shreds or trees falling over and destroying half your roof. And I hope you've all got through it okay. I'm not quite sure how bad it was for you. Looking ahead then to next year, let me know. Drop a line underneath, leave a comment. What kind of things have you got planned for your gardens or allotments for 2017? I'll tell you some stuff that's hopefully going to come up on my radar next year. My wife, bless her, put her name down a few months ago for an allotment plot near where we live. Now, if any of you know our Claire, or Mrs. Petals as I call her because it winds her up, you'll know she's not massively a gardening person. So it was a bit of a surprise to me when she told me she's after an allotment plot. But, go for it. Secretly, I'm over the moon because it's amazing. I've got to be honest, when she told me, I did try and talk her out of it. I've had an allotment plot when I used to live and work in Shrewsbury about 10 years ago. It didn't end very well. Let's just say I was asked to leave. Politely, given the due, but I was asked to leave. What it was, I took over this 30 by 10 yard plot, and when I took it over, chest high grass and weeds and bloody all sorts. David Attenborough was there with the film crew, looking at all the wildlife that was in that forest that they call the plot that they gave to me. So, methodically, I started at one end, stripping the weeds, getting rid of them, pulling up all the couch grass, all the rest of it. Took me flipping ages, right? I got about halfway down the plot. Oh, this is another thing. You had a rule as well. You weren't allowed to cover your beds. Like, how helpful was that? So I couldn't use carpet, I couldn't use black polythene, I couldn't use cardboard, nothing like that. I got about halfway down the plot and I literally turned around, and this was over the course of weeks, the weeds at the start of the plot, where I'd started the work, had started growing again. It was just too much for me. So I hope my wife realises it's a lot of graft. But good luck to her. I dare say she'll be watching this video, so if any of you do have an allotment plot, put some advice in for her and a bit of encouragement. I'd like some encouragement for her, and she'd appreciate it as well. So, nice one. Right, another thing I want to happen, gardening wise, for me, it's all about me, in 2017 is my decking. I can't stand it, it's lethal. If a cloud so much as winks at my decking, it's like an ice rink. Slightest bit of water and it's a miracle none of us have been crippled. The amount of slips and trips we've had on that flaming decking. So I'll let you into a little secret. What I've been doing for the last few years is, I grow a lot of crops in pots. Well, all the pots get stood on the decking in the hope that they'll hold moisture underneath them, which will help speed up the wood to rot. Because I'm praying it rots. I can rip it all up and start again and just build a new garden how I want the garden to be. It's alright me saying that, how I want the garden to be. My wife and daughters, they've definitely got more of a say in it than I have. I don't wear the trousers in that house. But they will let me have a little bit of a say. It's basically going to be, my stamp on it, it's going to be raised beds made out of those, in concrete breeze blocks that have the two holes in. Well, I'm going to use those as the edges, whatever the path will be, I don't know. But behind the breeze blocks, I'm going to fill up with my own compost and a bit more soil. Grow stuff, mainly food, veg. But in the holes of the breeze blocks, I'm going to fill them up with compost. Plant things like chives, a clump of chives in one of the holes, a strawberry plant in another of the hole, that kind of thing. Just to kind of take those rough edges off on the eye. Yeah, so I'm really hoping my decking rots and just breaks beyond all repair this year, and then we can finally get rid of it because I hate it. Right, another thing I'm going to do in 2017, there's a fantastic video by a channel called Jim's Allotment. So I'm guessing he's called Jim and he has an allotment, right? He uploaded it on 27th of December and it's called December Tour Part 2. What he does in this video, really interesting. He breaks down his finances for his allotment plot for all of this year, 2016. So he starts with how much he spent. It comes to about £200, and that's including the 50 quid or so rent he's paid for the plot. So the other 150 quid was on bits and bobs like seeds, compost. I think he said he bought a pump to drain some water well or something on the plot. Right, but where it gets amazing, that was interesting enough, but where it gets mind-blowing is he then went onto the internet, he looked at 3 different supermarkets and took an average price per weight for the kind of things he's been growing. He then worked out by weight how much he's grown of each of the different fruit or vegetables and how much that's worth, taking an average price from these 3 supermarkets. So with a £200 layout, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm not going to tell you how many or how much money's worth of food he got off his plot, but let's just say there's 3 zeros on the figure. You need to go and watch his video. It's fantastic. So I'm going to do that wherever possible. I'm going to try and keep a list of the finances that I spend next year, 2017, in or on my garden. And I'll include as well, if my wife does get this allotment plot, I'll include whatever we spend on that. And I'll try and get some way of weighing each of the harvests, and then we can work it out how much money's worth of food we're getting from our backyard and also the allotment plot if we do get one this year. Right, does anyone else keep a list of the finances for what they spend on the gardening and how much food they get back out of it? Because it's a new thing to me. I've never thought of doing it before and I found it fascinating, so I'll be interested to know if anyone else does it. Right then, Christmas gardening presents. Now, being out here in Kenya, there's only so much my family and friends, bless them, could send out, because it cost a fortune to put stuff in the post because it's thousands of miles. But my wife and daughters, they know me ever so well. They've sent me out Monty Don's Nigel, My Family and Other Dogs book. Yes. And also the people I work with, bless you all. Thank you. You know who you are. Thank you so much. They've sent me out a December edition of Amateur Gardening. And out here, that's just priceless to me, because you can't get nothing like that out here. So, all the people from work back home, thank you very much. Right, let's have a little look at these presents then. Right, that's not Nigel. That's not Nigel. That's not Nigel. Come on. It could be Nigel with an haircut, but it's not. It's some dog he had called Gretel. And a youngish Monty. And he got curly hair. Youngish Monty with that same dog, Gretel. Some other dogs, they're not Nigel. They're not. Come on, man. No Nigel there. That's not Nigel. It's a Jack Russell. They're evil, there. That's not Nigel. That's not Nigel. Oh, it could be Nigel's fur print, no. He says when the dogs are wet and they've been for the swim, they come and lie in the stone. Looks like one of those crime scene things, doesn't it? Right, skip through. There he is. There's the little fella. There's Nigel. Let's be honest. Come on, sometimes we know what we're doing with gardening. Do we really need to watch Gardener's World? Not all the time, you know. Most of us, I reckon, just watch it for Nigel. because he's great, isn't he? Oh, look at him. Look at him. Saying hello to a sheep. Oh, that's an arty shot. Yeah. Happy boy. Nice one. There he is. And there's Nelly, the little usurper. Yeah. Right, this is the Amateur Gardening Magazine 3rd of December issue. Right, let's have a little flick through. Some articles that caught my eye. Pruning trees that bleed. Sick. Yeah. Right, EU fiddles with fertiliser. Weirdos. Anyhow, this is actually a very interesting read, and I think it's quite controversial. So I don't know how you're going to get hold of this article if you've not already got this magazine, but I dare say if you googled it, you'll be able to find out for yourself on some news website or other. So it's worth a look. And the next thing that caught my eye, right, there's a lady here. She's called Lucy Chamberlain. Hello, Lucy. And she's the Amateur Gardening Magazine fruit and veg expert. Now, she's saying here she has a magic way of double cropping autumn raspberries. What is this? Some kind of witchcraft? You need to have a look at that. I'm a little sceptical myself. I understand the theory. I agree with how she describes it. Yeah, I totally get it. But it might be all well and good if you live in subtropical southern England, like parts like Devon and Cornwall. If you're growing these outside, not in cover, up north, I don't know if you'd manage it, to be honest with you. But worth a look. Interesting. And yeah, she's right. I don't disagree with the theory. I just think in practice it might not work for anyone that has a garden north of Crewe. So from me, Stu, on Petals on the Paving Slabs, I hope you had an awesome Christmas and have an even better New Year. Thanks for watching all the videos of mine that you watch. Cheers, guys. You know, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for all the comments, thanks for subscribing. I try and watch as many of yours as I can, but as you're probably in the same boat, it's difficult to watch every single video to all the people that you follow. So, but I do try. So keep them coming. I'm really enjoying a lot of your videos. See you guys. Please subscribe for more free gardening related videos.